Mexico in 2, Brazil in 3, the U.S. in 4, Canada 5, Venezuela for Argentina. Teravasi Daniel will start for Venezuela, and Long Juan Gutierrez for Mexico.
Well, the referee blew the whistle, which means they're about ready to start. However, the fans don't know that they're really supposed to be quiet on the start, so they started a gigantic cheer, stomping and waving, and so now the referee has basically had to dismiss those swimmers, and we'll start all over again.
The men's 4x200 freestyle relay. The favorites, Brazil, United States, and Canada. Brazil has 3, the U.S. 4, Canada lane 5. Jeremy Bagshaw leading things off for the Canadians. Michael Weiss for the United States, and Luis Melo for Brazil.
Well, this should be a nail-biter for all 3 teams, but it's a long race. It's 8 minutes. It's not like the quick splash and dash 4x100 freestyle relay. So a lot can happen, and the lead can change several times in a 4x200 freestyle relay. And you can't get too excited too early because you've got to go 4 laps each. The United States has decided if they're going to go, they're going to go big, and they're going to go for it right off the bat. They're in lane number 4. That's their leadoff man, Michael Weiss. He's originally out of Reno, Nevada, and he is taking charge.
And it's safe to say the Americans have dominated this event at past Pan American Games. 15 gold, count them, 15, only 1 silver, and that happened in 07 in Rio. And right now the Americans have the lead. That is Michael Weiss in the water, and he'll have less than 100 meters to go in his swim as the opener for the Americans.
In lane number 3, 2 from the top, there's Michael, there he is, right there, Michael Weiss. Originally, as I said, out of Reno, his mom and dad were coaches. Said he almost drowned at age 3, picked up swimming, and now he's one of the stalwarts for his American team. They anchored him in the 4x1 free. They've decided to lead him here. Looks like a very good choice.
It is Weiss first off the wall for the Americans. The Brazilians sitting in 2nd, and Mexico is in 3rd position right now.
Brazil, they're 2 from the bottom, right to the right now of Klee. They've got a youngster who was World Junior Champ Finals in 200 free. They're trying to get him experience, and he's starting to make a move. Oh, boy, did Weiss ever go out too hard? He's really starting to hurt. Look at Gabbard to the top from Argentina. Take a move.
And Luis Campos of Mexico will come in for them. Al De Luca for Brazil. Michael Klee for the United States. Alec Page for Canada.
Well, that was very, very interesting. Weiss went out at it, and if it would have worked for him, it would have been brilliant. However, he went out too hard, and he really, really hurt towards the end. He was supposed to give the United States a bit of a lead. In lane number 5, Canada had hoped to be a little bit closer. They're back in 5th spot at this point, but they have to hope for a big move to try to get in with these 2 leaders. United States on the left, Brazil on the right. Now, this guy on the right, this is very interesting. Yao De Luca, he won the 200-meter freestyle about an hour and a half ago. The Brazilians had to put in their order before the race started this evening. They didn't know he was going to swim so well. They buried him in the middle of the race. Normally, they probably would have put him on the end. So he's got to give Brazil a lead now if they want to be able to win the gold medal.
It's the U.S., Brazil coming to the wall. Mexico sitting in 3rd position still. And the swimmers in the water have less than 100 meters to go in their leg of the men's 4x200 freestyle relay.
This is Michael Klee, the American. De Luca, as expected, is starting to pull away a little bit. He's the 25-year-old Brazilian. He's been on lots of championship relay teams for Brazil, and he was a big star at the NCAA championships for the University of Louisville.
Less than 50 meters to go now for these swimmers. Brazil, the United States, and Mexico. 1, 2, 3.
And Michael Klee is fresh. He didn't have anything else to train for. He's from the University of Michigan. He won a silver back in the World Student Games. But the big thing is he's a 400-meter freestyler, Steve. So he's got endurance. He should come closing on De Luca at the end.
And coming in for the Brazilians will be Thiago Pereira, looking for medal number 21 at the Pan Am Games. Joseph Bentz for the United States. Stefan Milosevic for Canada.
In Canada right now fighting Mexico for the bronze medal. It's a two-team race for the gold medal. This will be very interesting because Pereira, going 3rd for the Brazilians, has the Brazilian national record in the 200 freestyle, but he has been injured and out of shape the last sort of 18 months. Is he at that level or isn't he? Because he's got Joseph Gunnar Betts, the 19-year-old from the University of Georgia for the United States, who is a real prospect, but is he ready or is he just a prospect? That's the question.
Things are getting interesting right now as we get down to the nitty-gritty of this men's 4x200 meter freestyle relay. These swimmers will touch and have less than 100 meters to go in their leg in this relay race.
Back in third spot, Stefan Milosevic trying to make a move, but he's not going to catch these two teams. The 19-year-old from Burnaby, who was born in Serbia, swimming for Canada. Right now, you've got, there he is, Tiago Pereira, all-time medal winner in the history of the Pan American Games. In swimming, only one shy if he wins a medal here of the all-time in any sport. He is the Brazilian record holder.
Off the wall, Brazil leading the way, followed by the United States. And then it'll be Canada in third position. They're coming up to the anchor leg in the men's 4x200 freestyle relay.
You got to have stronger legs on there. There they go. Now Gunnar Betts is starting to pick it up, starting to close. Pereira is starting to hurt at the end of this race. It's going to be tight.
Nicholas Oliveira will come in and swim the anchor for the Brazilian. Darian Townsend in the water for the United States. And the great Ryan Cochran comes in for Canada. But he has got a lot of water to make up if the Canadians are going to get to silver.
Well, he's actually not even in the picture right now if you look at the monitor. And then, so he's got really too far to catch to win the silver or the bronze medal. But Ryan Cochran rarely gets to swim. There he is back in third spot. He's got 12 World Championship medals to his credit, 9 to 10 years on the national team. But he's not going to be able to catch these guys for the gold and silver. This is going to be a tactical race. You got the Brazilian Nicholas Oliveira, 6'6", 27 years of age. He's a veteran. They usually put him on the end of their relays. He knows what he's doing. Darian Townsend is a sprinter, not known for his 200 free. The American anchor. He was actually originally out of South Africa, went to school in Arizona, fell in love with the States, and he stayed there and got his citizenship last year.
Oliveira and Townsend, almost stroke for stroke now. The Brazilians with a slight lead, as they have less than 100 meters to go in the men's 4x200 freestyle relay. Ryan Cochran has third place sewed up for the Canadians.
Well, this is a little bit of a cat and mouse game. Both these guys are going good efforts, but they are knowing that they're going to need the last 25 meters. Somebody is going to crack towards the end.
Less than 50 meters to go for Oliveira and Townsend. The battle between Brazil and the United States for gold in the men's 4x200 freestyle.
Powerful, powerful. That's what they need. They're ahead of that virtual line for the Pan Am game record. Townsend looked like he was out of it. He's trying to fight back, but Oliveira's experience is taking him to the front.
5 meters to go, and Oliveira gives Brazil the gold medal. The silver to the United States. That's a Pan Am record for the Brazilians. And Ryan Cochran touches for Canada to give the Canadians the bronze. But a terrific swim from the Brazilians in Pan Am record time. Melo, DeLuca, Pereira, and Oliveira on the anchor leg for the Brazilians.